daily market analysis. For today, I will go through our cross asset list. I will cover coffee market, WTI, US 100, US 30, USD, pound dollar, euro dollar, dollar index, Bitcoin versus US dollar, gold market, and aluminium. Of course, I will use our FX Centrum platform for the charting. And let's begin with the coffee market. So we have a daily time frame here. We can see that market is doing like more like a 3-bar balance with the resistance at 222.92 and support basically around 213, and the middle Bollinger Band is at 208.35. On the stochastic oscillator indicator, we can see that still we have quite a big spread between the fast and slow line, which is basically a sign that there can be even a further consolidation, even some attempt for the downside movement for the fast line to correct, in order for the fast line to correct towards the slow line. But anyway, the market can break 200, let's say 23, and then later upper Bollinger Band an area around 229. There will be a chance potential rally towards 248. But for so far, just a 3-day balance, tight consolidation, and let's see how this will play out. On the WTI, still consolidation. Basically, in the last 20 days, we had a fresh bear cross, fresh bull cross, key support at 76.60 mark. Now market is near the middle Bollinger Band, which is around 78, 76 mark. We have the resistance of this consolidation around 80.38, and the previous swing lows that can act like resistance around 81.24. So I would like to see really the break of this 20-day consolidation, either to the upside or to the downside. If we see the upside breakout of, let's say, 81.20 or so, and if market can hold above this level, there is a chance for a full retest of 84.15 or maybe even 86 mark. But on the other side, if market can break and hold below 76.60, there'll be a chance for a drop towards 72. So far, just a consolidation that is happening on the WTI. We can also check the hourly time frame. We can see that buyers are actually in control on the hourly time frame after this a failed initiation from sellers and absorption. And so buyers are in control, let's say an intraday time frame. But overall, on the daily time frame, we're just on bigger consolidation. Now, the US 100, nothing really spectacular is happening. We have a pin bar high at 18,900, also 960 mark, and we have a support and a middle Bollinger Band around 18,500 mark. So this is the area that the market is trading in the last couple of days. A slow line actually sloping to the downside from the overbought extended environment, and the fast line had a correction at this point, but still sloping below the slow line on the stochastic oscillator. So this is a mini sign, mini warning that we might see the downside movement. Rate of change divergences you can see that in the last 10 days or so. So from my perspective, if we can see that some change in behavior on the hourly time frame, we still have this rising trend line. If we can see the break of this lower Bollinger Band on the hourly and hold below, let's say 18,800 mark, that can be a good sign for the drop towards the 18,550 or even lower, like 18,460 mark. Of course, in the case of the upside breakout and hold above 18,965 mark, there will be a chance for higher prices, but then we have upper Bollinger Band at 19,070 mark. On the US 30, situation is different. So we can see here that we had a down break. So there was a break below the middle Bollinger Band. We see the fast and slow line, they're sloping to the downside. We have a decent distance between a spread between the fast and slow line stochastic. So there is always chance, for the market to have a rally or so, but we don't have that evidence on the fast line yet, so we didn't even start to correct. And as long as that's the case, sellers are in control from my perspective. Eventual rebreak of the, let's say, 39,000 mark can be a good sign for the drop towards the 38,680 mark, and then we even have 37,740 mark. On the hourly time frame, we can just see the sell-off and a very tight consolidation, horizontal consolidation. So eventual rebreak of this 39,000 can be a good confirmation for the downside movement. Now we have a USD so market is holding above 158.75, and we still didn't test upper Bollinger Band, which is now at 157.50. We can see the contraction of Bollinger Bands in the daily time frame, and this is interesting that fast line is correcting, but this correction looks like a pretty shallow correction, and seems like there is a chance for higher prices after this, after we complete this correction. And for that, I will say I would like to see the break and hold above 158, 150, and 156 per done. So 156.99, 157 mark. If the market can break and hold above this level, there'll be a chance for upside continuation on the daily time frame. And of course, we also have a pin bar high all the way at 160.24. Now the pound dollar is just grinding alongside upper Bollinger Band. We have extension in the volatility. Still market is an extended environment. We had an update yesterday, so market is basically having this upside structure on the hourly, but we can see that there is a contraction at this point. And if we can break this, I'll say 1.2780, if market can break and hold below, there will be a chance for some sell-off and maybe pull back on a daily time frame. We're quite extended at this point. We also are very close to this swing high resistance at 1.2800, so we might see some rotation. The rate of change is basically, we have more like a flat or a flip down at this point. So yes, the up cycle is present if we watch for the last 20 days, but we are pretty much extended in this upside environment. So at any potential sell-off and hold, we can see the downside, at least pull back on a daily time frame. Euro dollar is pretty much the same. So we had a rejection of the middle Bollinger Band, the rising middle Bollinger Band, which is basically a 20-day moving average. And now market is around the previous swing high, so 1.0900, quite a big resistance. So we can also see at this point 1.0910. There is a fresh bull cross on the stochastic clusters, but still market, the slow line is declining basically, and the fast line. So yes, buyers are in control. If you check the hourly time frame, we don't have any evidence of the weakness or so far. So buyers are in control, but we are almost into the resistance. So this will be important area to watch. Do we have a break and hold above 1.0900, which can then indicate potential retest the 1.0930 or maybe even 1.0990 or 1.1 bar in the next period, or we have some kind of rejection or pin bar today or in next period, so we can have potential another downswing. So pay attention to this. Quite a big resistance area around 1.0900 mark. Now the dollar index, this is already third down day that market's trying to build this. There was a rejection, more like a bear flag on a daily. Still, slow line is flat, the fast line is sloping to the downside, and at this point, sellers are control on the hourly time frame. Now, we're quite extended on the hourly time frame. Look at the position of stochastics. Something similar we had here when the market was pretty much extended, had like a multiple downswings on the hourly time frame, and then we have a whole upswing. Will something similar happen at this point? We're pretty much extended for a more like a 20-30 bars on hourly time frame. We are trading. You see the slow line is trading below the 20 MAR, and that's quite a big extension. And usually, this will lead to some kind of reversal. You can see here when we stay for a long time below this, for example, 15-20 level. This is what happens. So will this something similar happen? We still don't have any confirmation so far. Still, sellers are in control. So it's just about patience and to see. For me, key support on the dollar index is at 104 mark. As long as 104 is not, as long as we don't break the 104 and hold below 104, for me there is a still chance for higher prices and for market to make a higher low and build a higher low eventually. So pay attention to this 104 level and potential for the rotation on the dollar index to the upside. Now Bitcoin, this is something that this was a trade idea from last week that we posted. You can see that the reason why I really see potential for the downside movement and at least 66,000 the test, if not 61, 62,000, is because we had a classic buying climax last week. So I will just put a trend line here. So there was quite a big up bar, a very wide spread of the candle. Market closed on the high, but there was no follow through. That was a big red flag for me. And we can see the fresh bear cross happen. And this is interesting here. I will zoom in for you. So here you can see that the slow line turned to the downside from the overbought extended environment, and the fast line had just correction in this previous few days, and now it's resuming the downside swing together with the slow line of the stochastic oscillator. So that's a very good sign from stochastic perspective. And the price action is confirmative. Basically, if you take a look at the hourly time frame, yes, the buyers did try yesterday to rally, but it was basically there was no follow through, and sellers sold into this quite aggressive rally. And this is a big sign of the supply, and that sellers are quite in control. So pay attention to potential downside movement on the Bitcoin. Now we have a gold market. So we have a fresh flip to the downside after a couple of days, a day or two of rally. So this was a fresh down flip on the rate of change. That's basically a downside for today, a potential sell day. The spread between the fast and slow line is still quite a big, but still there was this kind of little rally at this point. So market didn't have enough power to even get closer to the slow line. So there is a still chance for market to resolve downside. But it's just like hourly is just testing lower Bollinger Band. So if we can see the break and hold below, let's say 2340, if market can hold below, so there will be a chance for a resell towards 2325, and then eventually the market to get closer towards 2290, which is the lower Bollinger Band in the previous support area. And we have aluminum. Basically, as I said, there was a classic test reject, slow line is rising. And from my perspective, we have a chance for the further upside movement on the aluminum, maybe for the retest of 2743, 45, 2760. Classic flip. And remember, we basically filled the gap between the fast and slow line on stochastic and had rejection. So this is exactly scenario that we were speaking about last week. So it's exactly resolving, and hourly time frame is holding well at this point. So potential for the market to retest eventual previous swing high. So that will be all for this FX Central daily market analysis. If you didn't visit our website, you can do that. So fxcentrum.com. You can explore our FXC TV, and we have a technical analysis pretty much every day. We're covering the liquid markets and going through different ideas. So you can also check specific trading ideas, different kind of tutorials. You can get access to our webinar, FX Central webinar. All you need to do is just to put your full name, country, phone, and email, and you will be able to watch that webinar. We have a 100% deposit bonus. It's so big boost for your account. You could just click there and check more about. And of course, you could open an account to just a couple of clicks and literally a couple of minutes, either a demo $10,000 account or live account, and you'll be able to use then our FX Central platform. So that will be all for this FX Central daily market analysis. Have a good trading day and speak to you soon.